Afternoon, and today we've got a fabulous episode as we're going from England to Spain in under 24 hours. Can we get into France as we're unvaccinated? Can I do all the driving myself and get us from Folkestone to Spain in under 24 hours? Will our PCR tests arrive all negative? So join us on the adventure as we go from this to that.
We are Those Weirdos, a family of 7.
We've been living, working and travelling for 2 years in our self-converted Sprinter van.
I have a chameleon.
We're driving to Portugal to find a bit of off-grid land to buy, then we're going to apply for residency and avoid the Schengen restrictions caused by Brexit.
We'll be filming every bit of the process so you can come along with us and be part of our journey. Afternoon, so we're in the car park of the Valiant Sailor in Folkestone. And we're going to stay here overnight. It was slightly bad news and slightly good news. The bad news is that we'd already parked and ordered a beer, because when we got our text from the PCR, they texted and said we've received your sample and you'll get your result within 24 to 36 hours, which would have been 9 o'clock tomorrow morning onwards. Beer arrived, drank said beer, had a text, received all our PCRs and all negative, so just weighing up the options of the best time to leave so that when we hit France we can do our mission drive in 24 hours. So to recap on the last couple of videos, because we're unvaccinated we can only transit through France within a 24-hour period. We're getting the Eurotunnel. So when we arrive off the Eurotunnel, whatever time that may be, so it's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, then we've got 24 hours to get to Spain, but according to Google it's a 12-hour journey if we drove non-stop, and Google's normally for us about 10% extra, so with breaks and stops it's going to be a bit of a mission. So join us on the mission to get from the pub to the Eurotunnel, cross the Eurotunnel into Calais, and then over to Canfranc in Spain in under 24 hours. So we'll stop periodically as I'll need to pace myself. We'll give you an update on how much mileage we've done, how much fuel we've used. We're going to use toll roads, which we don't normally do, because that saves us 3 or 4 hours. So we shoot through France. And looking at Google also, all the toll roads seem to be having roadworks, which is wonderful, great timing. What else happened then?
We've got our results and they're all negative.
Woohoo! So where are we off? Bognor Regis.
I was going to say something stupid. We're off to France for 24 hours. I'm going to love seeing the French countryside go as we drive down the toll roads. And then we're going to be in Spain. We're going to be on a beach. Beach, Rose? Swimming!
Yeah!
What do you reckon, Juan? I reckon I just want the wikis. So I've got a pre-Eurotunnel Guinness, obviously not in the same day. So we're staying at the pub tonight. Getting up really, really early. And then I've got a nice burger there, look at that. So I'm going to eat my burger, do a bit of YouTube editing, because one's must. And then into bed early night, get up really, really early, get onto the Eurotunnel into France. Woohoo!
That's mine. I have quesadillas and cider. And Rose is all happy with a double burger. Look at that. Happy?
We've got double. Yeah.
Morning. So we're at the Channel Tunnel. Bit of a rude awakening today. Both set our alarms for 6:30. Neither alarm went off and we got up at 7:30.
What time do we have to leave?
8.
So we did an hour and a half's worth of stuff in half an hour.
Yep.
Do you know what it did mean?
What?
Didn't have my coffee.
No coffees for you. So we missed our train due to the pet control. So those of you that travelled pre-Brexit with pets, you didn't have to do anything at the UK end, you would just drive on and off you go. Now with Brexit, you've got your pet checks at both sides, and the UK one is obviously a makeshift one, so it's not purpose-built. So the one in France you can drive in, as you've seen on previous videos when we've gone to France. When we come back, you drive your van or your motorhome straight into the pet area, wind down your window, they zap the animals, very quick and easy. Here they've got this new building which is in the car park, and there's no vans or motorhomes allowed in this car park, so you have to park in a different car park, which is a 3 or 4 minute walk, which when you've got 2 cats, 2 dogs, and one of your dogs is disabled and you weren't aware of that, it's not a very easy process. And there's no signage, so we did the walk, arrived in the pet area with 4 animals, and you need to take in your window card as well, which they didn't tell us, so we then had to walk back, collect the window card. But if you have pets, your PCR checks and your French documents are checked at the same time in the pet area. If you don't have pets, you park up, walk to the building next to the pet area, and there you have to show your PCRs and so on. So it's pretty straightforward, but a bit of a faff. So that added time, along with the queue to get into the Eurotunnel, which was massive and really slow because all their electronic ticket machines were broken. So we had to wait to see a person in the booth. So we're now in the queue with the traffic lights before we get to the train. And the next train is in half an hour after the one we were supposed to catch at 10 to 10 UK time, and then we're off. But all very straightforward, nobody asked us a reason to travel, no questions, all straightforward apart from the delay. So we were a little bit worried that with the details on the French website we might get quizzed as to what our reasons were. We were asked if we'd been vaccinated. We said we were transiting through, no problems there. So we'll see you in a minute when we drive onto the train. Just sitting on the tunnel, and I've just reassessed our route looking at roadworks on some of the motorways in France. So the quickest route from Calais is to Irún in Spain, which is on the top northern border, which is 10 hours 18 minutes Google time. It's 1,082 kilometres, so it's a fair way. But it is 150 kilometres shorter than going to Canfranc, which is where we quite often cross. So that's our route. Can you see that? So as I said, we missed our previous train, and this train is the 9:48, which is running late. It's 9:51 now. So I've reset the mileage clock on my dash, and I'm going to give you an update as we go. So at the moment, 17 degrees in the UK, 0 miles on the clock, and every time I stop I'll give you a temperature update, see how it goes up. and I'll give you a mileage check, and every time we stop at the garage, probably only the once, maybe twice, I'll tell you what it costs so you can work out what the cost of the trip is. I'll fill you in on the cost of tolls. Again, we don't normally go on the toll roads, but needs must. It saved us about 4 hours, so God knows how much that'll cost, but we'll just need to get to Spain and then we can relax.
Here we go, starting the timer. Alright, 24 hours. Let's go. Driving on the right, driving on the right.
I'm driving on the right, but we're on a one-way road at the moment. That's good practice.
In 400 metres, keep left at the floor.
£13.10. €13.10.
So, stop number 1, and in miles the total trip is 680 from Calais to Irún in Spain, which is what we've got to do today. So it's 81.5 miles we've done so far. It's 1:15 and we left Calais at about 10 to 12 after we did a little toilet stop. So we're on our way. Not bad mileage first off, just having a bit of lunch, already a bit knackered after last night's crappy sleep. So we're on one of the motorway airs. It's one of the least attractive ones I've ever stopped at, and the first of many. It's lunch. What we got today?
Pastrami, salad, mayo and mustard.
Sounds yummy, thanks.
Welcome. This is stop 2. We have now done 173 miles total. It's 20 degrees. It's cloudy. It was a little bit rainy when we drove through Rouen, and we've just gone past that. We're about half an hour past Rouen. So we've done about a quarter of the journey that we need to do. We're all feeling it. Rosie's a bit tired of being on the laptop because it makes her feel travel sick. So she's going to have a sleep. Dom can't have a sleep, poor chap. I'm providing snacks and cool music on the stereo. Dogs are sleeping. Cats have just had litter box break. We unclipped them and put their heads through the box to see if they want to go. Morph did, Leo did not. And that's where we're at. More travelling, it's all good. Making good time.
Afternoon.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm starting to lose the will. So we're at the petrol station. So we're going to get a full tank nearly of diesel.
Bit expensive in France.
It is, yeah. I didn't see what the price was, but it's usually about €1.70, which is pretty dear. It's almost doubled some of the places in Spain. But needs must, as we're almost on empty. So we're at 230 miles, which we've done on about 3/4 of the tank of UK diesel. And I'll keep a track of what we spend on diesel all in, including the UK, and add it all up at the end of the video so you can see what it costs to get from the UK over to the beginning of Spain through France, and then I'll do it again from when we go from the border at Spain to Malaga, because quite a few people have asked. So thanks for all your feedback and comments on the last couple of videos. I know quite a few of you are thinking of making the trip. All good so far. France is completely open pretty much, not seen anything, haven't even seen a policeman. So all good.
Ouch.
Ouchie. So €107.55. Don't know what the rate of exchange is, but it's got to be at least 20 quid more expensive than England, even maybe 25 quid.
Yeah.
That's ouchie. No wonder the French lorry drivers always go on strike. And then in contrast, when you get to Spain, you can find it for about 95 cents a litre.
Yep.
It's ridiculously different. Oh well, needs must. Now I've got really stinky hands, which is great. Do you have any wipes in the front?
In the front, no.
So, stop number 3, numero 3, and we've done 280 miles in 6 hours, including stops and lunch, and we're still on the motorway, still on the toll road, and about 1 in every 5 or 6 motorway airs is like a picnic park kind of wild air, which is quite nice. This is a particularly nice one compared to the last stop. So it's all green, there's boardwalks, there's animals, boards up, rare birds. There's a board showing vipers, which Rosie wants to see, but I don't think there's much chance of one being sat out on the boardwalk. And we're literally by the motorway, but it's absolutely beautiful. Doggos are having a little walk, and it's still the same sort of temperature. It's slightly warmer, it's about 21 degrees now. No sun really today, bit of rain, so no sign of decent weather yet, but every mile is closer to that sun that we're seeking. And just a leg stretch, feeling a bit zonked out now. So we've got 400 miles to go still, so another couple hundred today at least I think, and then stop for a kip, get up really early, carry on into Spain, see if we can get there in 24 hours. It's quite hard work actually. It's deceptive how long it takes with stopping and only having one driver. Oh, it'd be lovely if Missy could drive, share the load.
This is going to be an expensive one. I've driven for ages. There's one ticket. One ticket. That means one has to pay. Oh my god! Jesus.
So it's 65 quid.
Receipt. Oh, payment refused. Ah!
You get that sometimes with Revolut, don't you?
That was refused as well? Now what? Oh, it was accepted. I've got a receipt. Green light.
Damage?
You want to know what the damage was?
Yeah.
€65.80.
I've been on it for a couple of hours though, but
I
blimey O'Reilly! That's a lot of money, isn't it?
I wonder how much time it saved us. Quite a bit, because
Yeah.
the little French roads are little, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I mean, I checked the difference, and I think it was 10.5 hours on toll roads, 15 to 16 hours on non-toll roads, the route that we were going.
Yeah.
But it is expensive.
And that's Google time, so it would have been even more for us, because all those little roundabouts that you have to slow down
Stopping and
for.
starting. Yeah, I mean, I'd never do toll roads if we didn't have to do this mad dash.
And it's quite nice going through all the little villages and
It is.
around the little roundabouts and over all the speed bumps.
Yeah, I'd definitely not choose the toll roads if we weren't on a French transit only thingamajig.
Yeah. Cool, onwards. Missy loves a tree avenue.
Turn right onto Rue du Château de la Butte, then your destination will be on the right.
It said it was up here on the right.
Your destination is on the right.
Ah, wow, busy. Crikey.
It's a bit busy, isn't it?
Pull it in here then.
Yeah. This is one down the end. Here or down the end?
Well, as you like. We don't want electric, so. Cheers.
Cheers. So what a long day.
It was very long. We stopped at 9:15. We got up at 7:30. We left at 8 o'clock this morning. We did the Eurotunnel and then we drove across France and we stopped at 9:15. That is a long day.
It's a long day.
We did really, really well.
14 hours.
Yeah. We've done 430 miles. Paid 3 different lots of tolls. We'll total that up in our
Round up at the end.
roundup at the end. We'll total that up in
We're
our
all a
roundup
bit
at the end.
delirious,
Yeah, I
aren't we?
know, right? And I can only stay and chat for a minute because I've got a pot of soup on because we're all ravenously hungry as well. So,
So we're in a nice little air in a little village in the grounds of a castle. And I'll give you a tour around in the morning, but we're going to relax now, aren't we?
yes, camera off, job done. See you
in the
tomorrow.
Morning. It's 5 o'clock. We've just got up and we're on an air, so I'm being very quiet. But I'll fill you in a minute. It was very peaceful. I'm not too keen on 5 o'clock.
Good morning.
Do you like 5 o'clock?
Don't think I've ever seen it from this side before.
No, I'm making the coffee.
Big pot of coffee. We've got really good lighting, haven't I? There we are. Got a big pot of coffee. Doing my Instagram. So yeah.
So we're going to get ready and shoot off.
Yeah, that's the plan. Everybody's sleeping. Apart from us. We're ready to drive. The birds here are phenomenal. Fabulous way to wake up. first stop of the morning. We've only been driving for about half an hour. And we just stopped to let the dogs have a little run around and a wee in the light. Oh. Is he off? I want to check out that lorry.
Proper good morning now. It's about 7 o'clock. Up at 5, which was nice. About 470 miles, so we've got 110 or so left till we're in Spain. And we're all bugged out on the windows, so I've got to give them a quick clean. Hello, Missy.
Hi.
How's it feel?
It's alright. I had coffee, so I'm perky.
You're perky.
I'm ready for the beach.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Got another couple of days till the beach.
Hi.
Because we're coming into Spain right up north, aren't we?
Yep. Yeah, we're just about to go past Bordeaux. It's surprisingly cool and damp. I thought once we hit the south of France it was going to be warm and, well, not warm, hot. But no.
It's coming.
Feels like England.
Yeah. So the ring road around Bordeaux was gridlocked. Everyone going to work. We went through that about 8. Took a while. It's now 8:45, just outside of Bordeaux. And it's going to be hot now. I think the weather's going to be starting to get warmer and warmer every mile we go. So we just had a stop. Missy's making breakfast. Show you her brekkie.
Hello.
What you got?
I have, well, I was going to have avocado and rye, but my rye was mouldy. So I have something I've never had before, which is avocado squished up in a folded over bit of bread with cayenne pepper and salt.
Looks yummy.
Yum.
So while Missy eats her breakfast, I'll just give you a bit of an update. So we've done 560 miles, so it's about 120 left. And we've got 2 hours 6 minutes till we're in Spain, but we'll probably stop on the way again. And I think we've got a little bit of spare time, so it's looking good. But in the whole journey from Folkestone to nearly Spain, apart from at border control at the Eurotunnel, we've not seen a policeman anywhere. So everything's pretty normal in France by the looks of it. Most places that we've stopped, there's not many masks, if any at all. Everyone seems to be getting on with life, much like the old normal. And there's no masks in Spain anymore, unless you're in a very confined space, so that's good news. So I'll give you another update in about an hour.
Slight right. In 100 meters, slight right.
What are you doing?
Just getting a bit of petrol, going forward. I'm not going to fill up because we are only an hour and a half from the Spanish border, and I think diesel's probably at least 50 cents cheaper there. So I need a full tank, so I'm just going to put a quarter in, then we'll fill up again in Spain. We can see how much cheaper it is. I'll have a look here in a minute, see how much it is, and I'll let you know.
So you say we've got an hour and a half left?
We've got an hour and 43 to the destination.
Okay, and we have 2 hours and 10 minutes left on the timer.
But I think it's probably less than an hour and 43 to the border, because I've planned it to the town on the other side of the border.
So it does look like we're going to do it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Although I do need to stop for a little break in a bit. So let's fill up. I probably need a mask in there, don't I?
Press the green V at the bottom. Could you just open your clothes? Because I don't think we've had that on film yet today. He's a weirdo!
quarter of a tank. There's plenty to get us into Spain.
Hooray. Job done. Under the clouds, if I point, just there, there's a strip that is not clouds, it's mountains. You can actually see the Pyrenees, it's our first little sighting. We currently have just a 13-minute buffer, so it's all getting a bit tight. The clock says, Google says we have 34 minutes left to drive there, and we have 47 minutes left on the timer, but we have just spotted the Pyrenees off in the distance, way off in the distance. They're the Misty Mountains at the moment. Are we going to do it? Got something to say, buddy? Yeah. A bit warm today, isn't it? Wait till you get to proper Spain. Wow, look at that view! Whee! Ah. Google tried to take us down a teeny tiny little road that Dom said we would not have fitted down, so we had to keep driving. And then Google Maps rerouted us, but instead of having 13 minutes to cross the border with about 20 minutes left on the timer, we have 18 minutes.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Which means we're down to a 2-minute buffer.
España.
That's your little tradition, isn't it?
It is. So yeah, that was a... Did we make it to Spain in 24 hours? No, we didn't.
Not quite. Oh, we were so close.
It was my fault because I was trying to save us an hour on the Malaga end of getting through Spain by cutting through the mountains on the D roads. So I looked on Google Maps and they looked kind of alright. But then in reality, when we got there, the road was tiny, really tiny, and I thought it was probably fine, but I thought, no, it's going to be like this. So we had to double back, which cost us about 35 minutes.
Yeah, which was...
So in reality, we did.
We would have done it.
Yeah, if we hadn't
done the little detour
cheap
through the mountains.
Yeah, but it was a nice detour.
And as it was, we were only about half an hour. 25 minutes over our 24-hour stay, and now we're in Spain and there was nothing at the borders, and let's get to the beach.
So we're in Spain, we made it, and we're just a couple of miles past the border in the first services for a little stop. And so border-wise, for those of you coming from the UK across France, or coming into France from Spain, nothing at the border on either side. No one, not even a policeman at the side of the road on either side.
We'll show you on a map
Yeah.
exactly where we crossed, because obviously borders might be different all the way along the edge.
So a little tip, going back to my little error trying to save time, I would stay on the motorway if you're in a hurry, because some of the roads in the Pyrenees are pretty hairy. So we would have made our 24-hour goal if I hadn't have digressed off the main road. So now we're in Spain, we're going to stop using toll roads, and it's a 10.5-hour drive from where we're parked at the moment to the beach on Malaga, where we're meeting our friends Jack, Mike and Goff. So we're really excited about that. So we're just debating whether to carry on driving like nutters, although it is the weekend and the beach where they're parked is very busy at the weekend, so we might take 2 days and get there Monday morning or Monday lunchtime. That would be sensible, and then we can stop a bit later today and start editing up the mad dash across France. And we'll be filming our slightly slower dash across Spain from the top northernmost border crossing right the way down to Malaga in the Mediterranean as the video after this one. So I'd like to say thanks for all your comments. There's been hundreds, really appreciated. Got back to some of them, but due to the mad dash haven't got back to all of you, so we will do that over the next few days. And thanks for all your likes and all the extra subscribers. Welcome to the channel, really appreciated. Good to have you along for the journey, and we'll see you again next week for the next mad dash across Spain when we'll be on the beach.